Hi, Barry.
Hiya.
Saw the film last night, loved it.
Great.
So it's been a while since we've seen this franchise, and I think over the last few years I've kind of noticed a darker tone with the big franchises out in Hollywood, you know, Dark Knight Rises, gloom and doom everywhere. So how was it stepping back into such a positive, family-friendly?
Well, I'm a positive guy. Will is a positive guy. Tommy Lee Jones is a positive guy. So for me, it's just tonally not what this franchise is about. It's not that dark. You know, it has to be real. It has to be emotional. But I'm not capable of having someone get their head shot out and seeing blood and guts or anything. It's just not who I am. I wouldn't know how to do it. So we're kind of proud of what we did.
Definitely. And so for the whole 60s thing, I was kind of afraid, well, not afraid, but a lot of those time travel type movies, they focus really heavily on gags like, look, they're in the 60s, look how crazy the outfits are, but you guys really didn't do that. I mean, the Warhol scene stuck, and I'm kind of wondering what your thought process was with going back to the 60s and how you kind of avoided those comedy cliches.
You don't want to go back to the 60s and make drug jokes, sex jokes, hippie jokes. Men in Black has always had a very narrow color palette. And for me, the 60s was about music and sort of art and the culture of the era and protest, but we didn't do that. So Bill Hader plays a brilliant Andy Warhol, and that whole sequence is kind of fantastic. And the other thing about the 60s is the moon launch. It's the first time that we, as a species, left our planet and went somewhere else. So that's really why we chose 1969, because if you think about Men in Black and aliens, you think the moon launch is a pretty cool place to be. So part of the whole ending of the movie takes place there. So for me, it was easy to avoid the jokes as the 60s. The one place we went to, and we didn't try to be overly jokey, is that the 60s was a more racist time than 2012. I mean, there's still racism in America, but not like there was in 69. So Will Smith in 69, there are places you can go.
Definitely. And finally, real quick, was there ever another choice for Agent K than Josh Brolin? Because he was perfect.
When I read the script and saw that we needed someone to play young Agent K, played by Tommy Lee Jones, I immediately knew it had to be Josh Brolin. I had seen him in W, and I thought he was extraordinary in that movie. Both Tommy and Josh both have physically huge heads. I had met Josh at various parties because I'm friends with the Coen brothers, and there was never a question of who it had to be. It had to be Josh Brolin.